A report says that 1 in 8 people who rent social housing feel they're trapped. They see themselves stuck in their homes, away from job opportunities or their families, and see too many barriers in their way to try to move. There are 3.9 million rented social homes in the UK. Mike Ward is an assistant director at the housing group Circle Anglia, which manages some of them. They did the report on this, and he told me about the sort of problems that people were facing.
The problem of people not being able to move when they're social housing tenants is costing the country, we estimate, more than £500 million a year, and we really have to do something about it.
Well, I think what this report shows is just the scale of the squeeze that we've got on social housing in particular. We've got a real acute challenge out there, in that we've got an awful lot of people looking for affordable housing, and we just don't have enough homes to really meet that demand.
I mean, the big issue is clearly we haven't been building enough affordable homes to keep up with the growing need.
Making use of the existing homes that we've got, as this report highlights, is going to be incredibly important.
The most common reason for people needing to move is to look for a different kind of property, usually to look to move to a bigger property, but sometimes when the family's flown the nest, downsizing. People need to move to take up employment or get a better job. And of course, people do need to move to support family members and care for relatives and loved ones. Land, money, resources from government, of course, are all issues for the supply of housing. We can't take our eye off that, but there are practical things that we can do to get people moving. One of the most successful ways in which people who are social housing tenants can move is to swap with another tenant to look for what we call a mutual exchange. And Circle Anglia provides an online system called House Exchange that enables people to do that. They can log on simply and register and look for a swap. But also locally, people in Finland can access a service via Rodden's Housing Association called Easy Moves, which gives practical help and financial help with people looking to make a move. There are other things that housing providers like Circle Anglia can do, and we do, which is to provide help for people when they're moving, so financial and practical assistance for people looking to downsize, for example. And we have teams of people helping individuals to look at ways that they can either move to different properties or sometimes extend or change the property that they're in to better meet their needs. I think certainly we would encourage all social housing landlords to participate in a scheme for mutual exchange, and that will help people to move around. House Exchange, for example, has a facility on it, not just to look for direct swaps, but to look for a three-way swaps.
I was living in a 2-bedroom property on one side of Norwich, which was quite a way for me to walk to school with my little boy every morning and afternoon. So I decided to maybe look for a larger property on the Exchange website, found a few, and within a week I'd already got a phone call. Went and had a look. It was absolutely fabulous. 2 seconds to school instead of an hour's walk. Absolutely amazing. So I decided to take it. I filled out one form, handed it back. 6 weeks later I went in, signed my property back over to them and signed for my new property.
It's not hopeless, and we've got lots of examples of people who thought they wouldn't be able to move.
Well, from Circle Anglia's point of view, what we would say to the government is, yes, do press ahead with plans to create a nationwide universal system for mutual exchange. And also what we would urge the government to do is, when doing that, think about those who aren't on the internet, and work with us to put practical help in place. It would cost some money, possibly. However, the cost of doing nothing would be astronomically more.